Hi everyone, this is Karen Fomafung, your Agile Evangelist. Welcome back to my channel. Have you ever wondered how people became Agile Coaches or Scrum Masters? Have you ever longed to hear the story of people's journey on how they became Agile leaders, Scrum Masters, or Agile Coaches? Well, in today's video, I will be sharing with you my whole journey of becoming an Agile Coach, an Agile practitioner, or a Scrum Master. I'm just going to do my best to summarize and still stay concise as much as possible. There is only one reason why I am doing this: to inspire someone today. To tell you, yes, you watching me, that if I can do it, then you can do it too. If maybe you've been struggling and nothing seems to work, you've started feeling like, oh, this is not for you, but deep down in your heart, it's something you really want. Please, I'm just here today to tell you that hang in there. Hang in there. If I can do it, you can do it too. If this is your first time here, please just click the subscription button and the notification bell so that you will not miss out on any new content. Also like, share with everyone so that we can keep expanding our Agile community. How did I become an Agile leader, an Agile coach, a Scrum Master? Years ago, when I just moved into the United States, my background was in business administration and management. By the way, I had some corporate experience already, as I had previously worked in a bank as a credit analyst. I'd also worked in a university, so I had some corporate experience before moving into the United States. So when I got to the United States, so there is a common saying that I know immigrants would be able to relate with me on this one, that once you get to the States, whoever picks you up from the airport or whoever you will be living with for the meantime will potentially have some significant influence over the direction of your career path here in the United States. So me moving into a community where everyone I knew, that is family, close friends, who were all either nursing assistants, nurses, doctors, everyone was just in the healthcare domain, so they all told me that, oh, here, just go ahead and start pursuing your nursing degree, because nursing is the only thing you can really do here, So, and they gave me so many reasons why nursing is my only way out as far as career path is concerned here in the United States. They'll give reasons like job security, being an immigrant, an African, a Black. For some reasons, they just had this stereotype mentality that I don't know if it's based on the experience or what, but everyone had the same mindset that no one will ever hire you in corporate America. Your only shot here and job security is becoming a nurse. I'm just Johnny just come. What do I know? No. So I gradually started listening to them, sucking in whatever they have to tell me about career paths here and things like that. I knew deep in me that I was really great in management. That is what I should try to get into. And again, I already had a bachelor's degree. Why would I need to go start all over just to become a nurse, which is something that I don't even think fits my competency and my skill set. There was even one of my close friends at that time who even told me, I quote, "Hey Karen, whatever qualifications and degree you brought here, don't even waste your time showing it to anyone. Just go burn them down, because no one will ever look at it here." So you have to start from scratch. That was what he told me. And he's been here for like ever, So that started gradually getting into me, and I thought about it. And when you keep hearing the same thing over and over and over and over every day, I gradually started believing it. Even though deep down in me, I knew that I am not a nurse. I am just not a nurse. So, but again, what do I know? I am just Johnny just come, So I thought about it, and I felt frustrated a little bit. That really got into me. And finally, 3 months into my stay in the United States, I decided to give nursing a shot. Even before I decided to do that, I'd asked my closest friends, my family, that okay, now that I have some experience in banking, I also have a background in business administration and management. Is there no way I can look for a role in the bank and then figure out my way from there? They thought that was the most delusional thing they've ever heard. They clearly told me, stop wasting your time and get to work. Stop wasting your time and get to start pursuing your nursing degree, because no one will ever hire you in corporate America. So I thought about it, and at the end of the day, again, I decided to yield to their advice. I started dropping applications for the nursing program. Mind you, I already had a bachelor's degree. This means that I would need to start all over, to obtain a nursing degree. So I started dropping my applications, and I finally got admission into a nursing program. At the same time, I had obtained my nursing assistant certification and got my first job. That was 3 months into my stay in the United States. I got my first job as a nursing assistant in the hospital, and I was working in the trauma unit. So me working in the trauma unit, I would say I see this as an opportunity, because I believe this was kind of a breakthrough for me in disguise, So I am a highly empathetic person. So working in a trauma unit wasn't a very good experience for me. I am talking about people who are suffering, who are in excruciating pain from all sort of injuries, gunshot wounds, surgery wounds, people healing from cancer, people going through a lot of all kinds of pains, physical pain you can ever imagine. So this wasn't a very good experience for me. I was traumatized on daily basis. I would go to work every day. I come back home, I will have series of nightmares just because of the things that I have seen at work. There was this one fateful day, a patient was brought in and was placed under my care. So I went into that patient's room to introduce myself. Immediately I got into that patient's room, what I saw was a big open wound on the patient's stomach. I could literally see the patient's organs in her stomach. It was wide open. I got into panic attack, immediately fainted. That was the day I made up my mind. I knew immediately, it clicked on me that no, nursing is just not for me. Nursing is just not my thing. I decided to quit that job. Me quitting the job, I didn't have any backup plan, but I knew down deep in my guts that I cannot be a nurse. Nursing is not for me. Yeah, because I will be traumatized on a daily basis. It's just not my thing. So I admire all our nurses and doctors out there, because it takes a lot of courage to be able to do that job. And again, I am someone who really believes in following their heart. So, but I knew that there should be other ways where I can create impact in the lives of people, but just not through nursing. I came back home. That was around 7 months into my stay in the United States, school had resumed and I was supposed to go start my nursing program. I didn't go. I didn't show up. The school started calling me, and considering the fact that some of my really close friends at that time, people who were so dear to me at that time, we had to go to the same school. We had planned to really have a good student life, but things happened the way it happened. I had to make a decision at that point. It wasn't a very easy decision for me, but at that point I had to make that decision. My friends were calling on me and were like, what's going on with you? What's wrong with you? School has started, you need to come to school and all that. I had no backup plan, but I just knew I don't want to do this. There should be another way out. So there was this one fateful day I went to church, and one of my old school friends that we knew each other back in the university, I met him in church that day, and in the process of catching up, we got into start discussing career path and things like that. And this person was my destiny helper. I don't know if you believe in whatever you believe in. I believe in God. So I believe this person was my destiny helper. He was the one who introduced me to project coordination, to project management career path here in the United States. He told me that, because he was into it at that time. He was a project coordinator at that time. So he introduced me to it. This guy literally walked me through every step of the way. He mentored me, used his resources to coach me, mentor me, provided courses for me to take to become a project coordinator. He really helped me, and that is how I landed my first job as a project coordinator with a very giant company here at my state. So I got my first project coordination role. I got into it. It was at that point that I just exploded, that my breakthrough came, and this is all as a result of the incident that happened in the hospital. So it was like 7 months into my stay in the United States that I got my first corporate job as a project coordinator, all thanks to this friend. He even helped me, rebuild my self-confidence. I had already lost all self-confidence based on what people have been telling me, So he helped me rebuild my self-confidence, and gradually I started believing in myself again. I started believing that, yes, anything is possible. I can do this. So that was when I exploded. That was the beginning of my turnaround here in the United States. So while working as a project coordinator, there was this fateful day when there was a mandatory launch and learn in my organization, where everyone was supposed to attend, and it was all about Agile. So at that point, my company was transitioning they were still at the point of making that decision to transition into the Agile way of doing things. So I was fortunate enough to be part of that launch and learn. That was when I heard about Agile, and immediately I thought, yes, this is me. This is for me. All the values and principles they mention clicked naturally with my personality. So I just fell in love with it, and I decided to learn more about what this Agile is. At that point, I also got a promotion in my organization as a project manager. So meanwhile, being in my project manager role, I decided to go back to school. Fortunate enough, this same friend helped me, he gave me directions on how to go into master's program, and then I had the advantage at that time because I already had some job experience here in the United States. So I used all that to apply for a master's program in Agile project management. I got the admission. I started doing the program while working as a project manager. Within 18 months, I was done with my Agile project management. It wasn't very rosy and glorious, but it was worth it. I loved every step of my graduate program. So that was how, I I gained the knowledge, and immediately after I finished my program, just as a reminder, please, if you are new here, just go ahead and click the subscription button down below, click the notification bell so you will not miss out on any information we will be sharing on this platform. Like and share with your friends so that we can continue to grow as one big, large Agile community. Thank you. So the very next week, I decided to go get certified as a Scrum Master. I already had some solid knowledge, theoretical knowledge, and some practical knowledge about Agile and the Scrum way of doing things. I got my certification. I'd learned about some communities around me. I decided to join some communities. So I joined 4 communities already at that time. Joining this Agile community groups was also very resourceful for me. That was where I got a lot of networking, and I had some opportunity to hear from real Agile leaders. They always share their experience, ask a lot of questions. We carried out a lot of activities and games. I learned a lot from these communities. So in addition to the knowledge that I'd already gathered and the certification I had, I thought, okay, I think I am ready to start looking for opportunities as a Scrum Master, because it was just, I thought this was just who I am supposed to be. So I started dropping my applications out there. Well, before I even started dropping my applications, I had identified a mentor. So we worked together, every day. We would work for, no, I wouldn't say every day, like 3 days a week. We would spend at least an hour, 3 days a week, together, and we will go through, we share information, go through a series of questions, Agile questions, go through a series of answers. We were just working a lot together. So there were some other students. We will come together every day, we'll connect and we'll answer questions, share our challenges, difficulties, figure out ways to solve them. That's how we continue to learn. So once we were doing that, I decided to start applying for roles, but mind you, I was sure that, okay, yes, I am ready, not just jumping in to start looking for roles. And also there's one thing that I hope you have noticed. It wasn't about the money. It had nothing to do with the money, because I'm someone that I really like to bring in my all in whatever I am doing. If I have made up my mind or decided to do this, I even building relationships, I like to give in my all in whatever I deem valuable. I am a very passionate person, so I bring in my whole passion into whatever I am doing. So I really wanted to have a solid knowledge of what Agile is. So these community groups helped me gather some experience. And I went to my boss and I told him that, well, now that I have the knowledge, I have some skills, I think it's time for me to start practicing Scrum. He agreed with me because he was also learning at that time. So that's how I got to start, sprinting our work and carrying out Scrum projects. I even volunteered my services to other departments, and that was how I built my experience. I built my Scrum experience. They thought it was amazing, and that's how we started doing Scrum in that organization. So after a while, my contract came to an end in that organization. I decided to move on, and I got into the job market again. My first time of really going into the job market. This time not as a project coordinator, this time not as a project manager, but I started applying as a Scrum Master. So it was I was in the job market for probably 2 months. Yes, I was in the job market for 2 months, and then I got my first real Scrum Master role. So yeah, here am I today. So ever since then, like I mentioned in my previous video, Scrum and Agile is all about continuous learning and continuous improvement. So every day I would keep whatever I am doing, I'm staying observant to pick up on my mistakes, and I always try as much as possible to make sure that after every event I am asking for feedback from team members. After every event I am asking for feedback from stakeholders. I will use those feedback to adapt, and that's how I continuously learn, and got better and better and better. And also, up till now, I still belong to these communities. Every time I would go there and make sure that it's a perfect opportunity for me to share, learn with other, agile practitioners and agile leaders, hear from their own experience and apply it. At the same time, while doing that, I seize every opportunity to pick up on courses here and there that will continue to teach me about agile. I just kept learning and learning and learning every day, so that's how I got better. And so doing all my Scrum job and really showing these values and really demonstrating all the agile values and demonstrating the agile mindset, my organization thought I was really great, and they thought I should go get a certification as an agile coach. They paid for it. I got my coaching certification, and when I got back, I became their agile coach. That was how I started my coaching career. I became their agile coach, and in the process of doing that, I kept learning on daily basis. Continue to learn. I continue to learn on daily basis, and here I am. So as you can see, it wasn't a very straightforward and smooth path, but if this is something you really want to do, you can become it. Nothing should stop you. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Don't let anyone discourage you. You can do this. You can become the Scrum Master. Maybe it's taking a little bit longer than expected. The only thing I would want to recommend to you is you take some time, sit down and do some self-evaluation. Try to identify the gaps that you have. Is it in the area of knowledge? Is it in the area of coaching? Is it in the area of mentoring? Try to identify these gaps and close these gaps. Close these gaps through, increasing your learning, joining this agile community of practice. I have recommendations. I told you that earlier in my previous videos. I have really good recommendations for communities. I have really booming communities where we share a lot of information. We learn as a family. You can come join us, so you would be able to hear firsthand experience from real experts, So that's how I got into coaching, and here I am today, and there is no turning back. I mean, what I'm trying to say is that you don't want to be going after this agile career path for the wrong reasons. You want to make sure that you have a good why you want to become an agile leader. So that is my story on how I became an agile coach and a Scrum Master. If you know me, you will always hear me talking about agile on daily basis, because I think it's just really fun. I think it's just too good to keep it to myself. And one reason why I also feel like, and that's the same reason why I started this channel in the first place, is because I think just because someone helped me, someone actually held my hand and showed me the way, helped me rebuild my self-confidence and make me to believe in myself again, I feel like I need to do the same to someone else. So that is the only reason why I am spending my time, my resources to put this information together and share it with you through this platform. So that is my story. I'm not sure if I summarized it enough, but that is my story. So we will end here today. If you have any questions or if anything is not very clear to you, please go to the comment section, drop your questions. If you have anything that you would like me to talk about in the upcoming videos, please drop your points down. Help me help you, help me to help you, so drop your ideas down, or drop your worries down in the comment section below, and I will pick up on them. So in our next video that will be coming up next week, I will be sharing with you what my typical day would look like. Not the theoretical day, I mean like the practical day. What does a practical day in the life of a Scrum Master looks like? What does a Scrum Master really do on daily basis? So I will be sharing that information with you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Please, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead, click the subscription button, click the notification bell so you'll never miss up on any content. Also, if you appreciate my content, go ahead and like, share with your friends so that we can create a one big happy agile family. Thank you so much, and I look forward to speaking with you soon. Bye.